Alright guys, welcome back to Banished. So, like I said in the last video, today we're going to be moving some people over to this side of the map and start expanding on this side. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do it, if I'm just going to throw like 5 houses down and then just start building, or how I'm really going to do it, but in either way, that's the plan for today. So, just to, recap real quick and just run over top of everything and make sure we have everything set up the way we need to have everything set up. We're just checking to see if we have all of our foodstuffs set up and everything ready to rock for this expansion project. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build I'm going to build a forest lodge right here, pretty much using up the max amount of space right here as possible. So we'll do that. Then next to it, we can scroll down in here, and as soon as I remember which buttons it is to spin ourselves around, there we go. Scroll down, and we'll go ahead and build little dirt road right here. Okay, with that being said, we're also going to go ahead and remove some stone that's in the area. So we'll remove, grab from back here, remove all this stone that's in the area. Just get all the stone out the way. Obviously it won't all happen at once, so we're not rushing it, but just so we can get it all set up and started, we'll go ahead and do that. Set it up like that. Alright, so the forest lodge is getting set up, and we got the road set. So now we're going to come over here, and not too close, but also not too far, we want to go ahead and set up a stockpile, which will throw let's see, the forest lodge is right here, so it's circled to encompass is there. We'll throw the stockpile right here, right in this corner. So we'll throw the stockpile right here. We'll make it 10 by 10 just to be able to use the biggest stockpile we can. I'll make a smaller one if we need to, but just to have one over here to start, we'll do a 10 by 10. And then we'll also throw a nice little storage barn. Actually, we'll run down here and we'll throw a road right here, and we'll go do a storage barn right there. Now we got a storage barn and a stockpile being set there. Along with that, the stockpile and storage barn are a little bit into the forest lodge area. We're not too concerned about that. So that being said, we will also go ahead and do a nice trying to think how we want to do this. We'll throw, for now, because I don't want to go too crazy, and I still need to run back over to the other side and just check on things as, I'm seeing stuff get depleted and stuff like that. We want to set these up. Forest lodge, storage barn, stockpile. So we also want a forester. We'll put him right next to the stockpile. We'll put the forester. Where are we at with it? Right there. Put the forester right here under the stockpile. So there's the forester, or the woodcutter, sorry. And then we'll go ahead and set a pasture over here. We want to do it 20 by 20, but we want to kind of save as much of our area as we possibly can for that. Let's remove resources and make sure that stone's getting collected. Alright, so we will go ahead and set up a pasture. We'll do it. Where are we at? Right here. So where's 20 at? Did that run into everything? Yeah, it does. Okay, so we need to back up just a tad. Make sure we can go 20. We can. 20 by 20. So we set a pasture there. There's a pasture. Those are all the trees we need for it. So we got a pasture. We got a woodcutter. We got a forest lodge. We got a storage barn. We got a stockpile. So we're also going to put a crop field right here. Go ahead and make a max crop field. 15 by 15, right? Okay, so we can't actually do it that way. I don't want to cut too much into that, so we're probably gonna not really put it on hold, but we'll probably just stop trying to grab everything. 93. Grab that many tools. We'll go ahead and accept. We'll probably stop building anything until that stuff gets built, and then we can see what we have. And I'll halt work being done at all the locations just so people don't jump over there. I guess the forest lodge won't be too bad because we'll set the stockpile up over here, so that shouldn't hurt us too bad. We're also pretty low on people just due to the population issue we hit when we started going crazy, so we are gonna just want to pay attention to that. We should have quite a few people becoming adults here shortly. I know we're probably looking at the town quite a bit differently than most of you are used to seeing, but like I said, we're going to go ahead and just kind of give all this a chance to update, so that way we can see where we're at town-wise and then go from there. What we will do though is we'll find out where this is. We'll grab ourselves some roads right here, and okay, we'll do that. And then we're also going to do, like I said, I think 5 homes is going to be what we want. So we're going to just kind of find out where we can place 5 homes down. I don't want to do them. We'll back off 1. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can't get another one in there, so can we flip this home and put it right here? Yes, we can. So there's our 5 homes here, and those will probably be the homes that we start with. We don't want to go too crazy with the homes just yet, but like I said, getting those set up is going to be a big stepping stone, and that's kind of going to be our not stopping point, but we're going to hold off building anything else until we start getting this stuff figured out. We are going to build a hunter's cabin because if you scroll down here, you can, now those are people right now, but there are a lot of deer in this area, so just like right there, we're going to build 2 hunters cabins over here. But again, we'll probably hold off on that until we can really see what's going on, and we do want to get at least 2 crop fields over here. So the crop fields are going to be more important than anything else, but we will, like I said, just hold off building anything else over there up until the point where we get all that stuff finished, and then we'll just come back over here and make sure all the crop fields over here are still doing okay. This side, obviously, we should be fine with everything that's going on over here. We should have more than enough firewood and more than enough everything else, so pretty much it's just getting this stuff set up now, which, as you can see, they're removing everything and getting everything set. This winter will pull the farmers away for a little while. Well, we might not, because we are getting quite a few children turning into adults here, so we might just hold off on that. So the plan is, during this series of recordings, is to run over here and pretty much throw like 30 homes in this section right here. We're going to do 30 over here, and then probably another 30 on this side, depending upon, well, maybe like 20 over here. But we'll just see how far we get. I'm not going to say definite things just yet, but we will build a road up until there. So that's there, and then we'll build a bridge across. So now we got a bridge being built, we got pasture being built, the forest lodge is done, minus people coming over here and finish building it. We'll go ahead and turn these laborers into builders, -2, that way in case somebody dies we can have people replace them. And then, you know, we'll just sit here and just see what happens. So the biggest thing is that we did add extra homes, but even with the extra homes, our woodcutter is not being affected. But I didn't want to have to build homes over here and have people run back and forth for wood cutting, so the biggest thing was adding a forest lodge and a woodcutter over here. We're going to add another forest lodge right on this side of it, but I just want to get everything set up before we start going crazy and adding a whole bunch of stuff to all the different areas over here. And truth be told, we might not even have to add the second one right here. We probably can build another one right here, because our other one's over here. So if we do this and we drop this guy right there, that should path the people right to this side. And with that being said, that should be more than enough wood being sent to this stockpile location to keep up with this woodcutter, which again, we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna, you know, worry too much about anything until it comes to that point where we have to pay attention to it. So and we do have a decent amount of people in all the rest of the fields. We'll go ahead and take 3 stone cutters away and just put them in mining, just to get that up a little bit more for the amount of people that we have. We're still going to hold off on adding too much stuff on the chore list for the people here. We do have a decent amount of stuff getting built. Obviously we have some dead spots, which isn't that big of a deal. We don't have to worry too much about that. I do want to get a gatherer's hut over here somewhere, probably in correlation with the hunting lodge. We'll probably put it maybe behind it or next to it. I don't want to impede too much on the hunters on the forest lodge, just because I don't want to kind of you know, have too many buildings in the way of it. But obviously, depending upon how much you use, just like over here, this one's still functioning, so we're still being able to process lumber with this guy being in use. So obviously we're just not processing as much from that location. which is fine. That's not that big of a deal. So, at this point, guys, like I said, it's really just a waiting game until we start getting some stuff really built and tangibly be able to see where everything is and be able to path the rest of the stuff out. As far as for homes over here, I'm fine with starting off with 5 homes until we start getting some stuff built. Once we get some stuff built, like whatever I end up putting over here, we'll probably do the hunting cabin, judging by where all the deer are. We'll probably do a hunter's cabin over here, and then maybe do a house next to it, and so on and so forth. Well, actually, we can probably just set that up. That way there's another thing being produced on this side. We'll just drop it down right here. But they won't hurt anything. I mean, one more thing isn't going to diminish or drastically hurt the amount of stuff that we sent them to do over here, considering the amount of crap we sent them to go do, which is quite a bit. So we got a hunter's cabin, we got the pasture, we got a storage barn, a wood cutter, we have a forest lodge. We'll probably end up putting a mine shaft over here, a blacksmith, we'll definitely do a hunter's cabin probably right here. Yeah, we'll set that up right now actually. Set that bad boy right there. Why not? What's the stone? Yeah, it's fine. We can give up stone. That's not that big of a deal. So we'll set 2 hunters cabins up just because I can see that deer path right there pretty well, which might change once we start getting the cabin set up, but just knowing that they path there, that's enough. That's more than enough reason for us to put it there. So, and we will have another trader here shortly. Hopefully we got some more wool. I know that as far as the wool is concerned, we should have all of our pastures up to speed now. So depending upon how our traders are doing, we've got a decent amount, so we have about 1,000 units to trade real quick. Let's see what we got. He's got cattle. Well, it's kind of upsetting because we definitely just used, yeah, we can buy 1 cattle. There's not really a reason to do that. Kind of sucks because I feel like we probably still won't get to cattle even in this long episode, but again, we'll see what happens when we come to that point. I'm not too pressed and I'm not too concerned, so we'll be able to figure that out once we get to it. And like I said, guys, obviously we have a whole bunch of tasks that are being done over here to get this side ready for us to actually use it for the expansion area. So, and you know, like I said, our pasture is going to be here. We'll probably end up having another pasture somewhere over here, and then we'll set up a couple farms in this area. Definitely within, probably end up being like right here, just depending upon how everything passes out. I probably could actually just set it up real quick and just have it be ready, because the forest lodge is right there. We can run this right there, and then we go here. Yep, we can put that there. Can I actually... I want to remove this road real quick. Remove this, because I feel like I put that in the wrong spot. I think, yeah, I should have put the road right there. So we'll remove those roads. That way I can actually build this farm right where I want it. Just wait for people to walk over here. Oh, okay, so we won't have, we'll bump the workers up to 15. Try to get all this set over here. Like I said, I know I said that I wasn't going to build any extra stuff, but I feel like this is kind of a necessary thing to build right here. Real quick. Whenever somebody can run over here, I'm just going to sit here and wait, because there's really no point for me to take this off just to have somebody run over here and actually remove those. So I'm not sure what's going to be done first. I might actually click off of it. Yeah, I'm going to click off it. Yeah, because I feel like there's so much stuff that's getting done. We're probably not even going to get a chance to do anything. And the forest lodge is being worked on. I'm going to take off. I'm going to stop work at this area just so that people aren't cutting logs over here yet, because there's really no point. And since we're doing so well on firewood, I'll probably bump it up to another 4,000. That way we can get a real nice big surplus of it. Won't hurt us at all to have that. Plus at that point, if we can really get to 4,000, I can take 1,000 of it and put it in the trader, and it wouldn't hurt us. Alright, so you know, I don't think we'll really get an opportunity to see that farm go up right yet. I think they got a lot of stuff on their plates right now, so we'll probably just have to hold off on that, which is fine. I'm not too concerned. Once we get back up to a population of 180 adults, we should be in a little bit better standing, which should be pretty easy to do just based off the fact that we have this many homes now and we're adding 5 more homes to it. We'll still have a little bit of the issue of older people dying here the next couple years, but as you can see, we have a pretty fair mixture of older people mixed with younger people. So with that being said, you know, we'll just take everything in strides and just kind of see where we end up. We'll also back down on the builders, so we have some people to replace people that die, and just keep traveling around and checking on stuff and making sure everything's working properly and nothing's, you know, failing. Pretty sure. Okay, this is actually working now, so that's alright. But yeah, so this is the new plan for us right now. Like I said, the series will pretty much continue up until the point where we either fail at building the community up as far as we can, or until we pretty much max out the building area on the map. Obviously, for certain things, I'm not really going to be too pressed if we don't get to build there. Like right here, we're pretty much just going to be able to have a mine or a quarry there. That's going to be what's there, pretty much. I mean, I don't even know if it can fit, but that's kind of the only thing I can even... Yeah, a quarry will go there. just because of the amount of space we have. But, you know, and that would be out of the way. And then probably a mine off on the side walls of it. Not even sure. Yeah, like right here. Somewhere. Wherever we can end up putting it. We'll figure that out when we get there. Like right there. Then obviously certain things like here, there's really no point to build anything right there, just because it doesn't really do any good. I mean, even right here is kind of obsolete, certain areas like that, because the amount of bridges and tunnels we'd have to build for what we get out of that really isn't worth anything, I guess. I mean, like right here, I guess we could pass some people down here to do like a little village or something like that right here, like a crop field and a house or two, and then we do another couple houses and stuff like that. I mean, I don't even know what we can build there without having everybody there die. I mean, those kind of things, just not that it's not in my wheelhouse, but I just don't know how all that stuff works. And we actually paused the game, unfortunately, so we'll unpause it real quick so everything keeps going. But yeah, guys, so that's pretty much where we're at with all of this stuff. Let me know if you guys like what we're doing as far as the expansion process is concerned. Kind of really just winging it, guys. I don't really have any set plan, don't really have any set idea. I'm just kind of, you know, trying different methods of expansion, you know, and seeing how throwing different things up in certain areas function and how we path to it. So with that being said, I still am definitely no expert at this game and definitely don't know everything that's going on. Just kind of, you know, playing as we go and just having fun with it. I do enjoy this game, but like I said, guys, once we kind of get through this build, I'm probably going to take a decently long break on this game, maybe a couple months, just to focus on some other games that I want to play and get those walkthrough and Let's Plays done. We did take a pause on Dragon Age to get this series really rolling and going. I kind of just ended up having too much fun with this game, so Dragon Age did get put on pause. We will be returning back to it for anybody who did enjoy that series. It's not gone, it's just kind of put on pause real quick. I'll probably be recording a couple episodes today to have something to throw up on it, but you know, that is to be determined. It's definitely not explicitly going to happen or not, so yeah, we'll just see how far we can get on the expansion process and see how long it takes us. By my estimation of how quickly people can path in this game, I'd say we're probably looking somewhere in the neighborhood of another 30 minutes until this stuff gets built, and then maybe another hour after that to get all this stuff really up and running, and us be able to use this space functionally, excuse me. But we will, I mean, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, and you know, as the trader comes, we're just going to keep using our wool count to be able to buy different things. Just like this trader, obviously, it's not that, you know, he's not useful. It's a seed merchant for us to get different seeds. We just don't have that much wool right now. It's about 1,000 value for each 200 count of wood or of wool. So, or not, it's about, it is 1,000 for 200. So we pretty much have to wait until we get a decent stock of wool. Obviously, we will be getting a decent stock of wool, just off the fact that we have two 25 by 25 pastures for sheep, and we have another, I think it's two little pastures for sheep, and then we'll be having a third pasture for sheep. Not that this really will be able to contribute to the wool, but it will at some point when we get the ability to have a couple traders. You know, we can actually keep up with it. Because right now, if we put a bunch of people in traders, it really isn't going to help us, and it's really not going to do anything for us. So, you know, that's not really something that we need to focus on. In my personal opinion, our focus needs to be on expansion of all of the rest of our structures. So